All right, everybody, last section, the coordination. So we already know how to price your property. We've got it under contract using your marketing and your negotiations. So now you are moving on the way towards closing. So now it comes into coordinating everything. There's a number of people that you're going to be interacting with, even if you're not using a real estate agent. And this is where the coordinating part really comes into play, because you need to know how each individual part has its role and how to interact with each of them. So number one, inspections, or inspectors rather. So once you get your home inspected, you're going to be dealing with the home inspector who's going to go out, check your property. This is essentially kind of like your inspectors and appraisers. They're both going to inspect your property, look for any defects. The main reason they're really trying to protect the buyer and the bank. They want to make sure that the bank is lending money into a property that is worth what you are trying to sell it for and the buyer is agreeing to buy it for. And the inspector is there to protect the buyer, to make sure that they're buying a solid investment and there's not any underlying problems that they were unaware of when they initially saw the property. So that's the whole point of that. You're really going to deal with them in a way of trying to allow them into your home. You do not have to be there for the showings, but you can be, since you don't have a real estate agent, so you can be there while these people are in your home. Just take time off of work or whatever you need to do, be there, have them leave, and then you'll hear back from that buyer based upon all those. After your inspectors, the next people you're going to be working with are your lenders, because if the inspection goes right and the appraisal goes right, you're going to be dealing with the lender, who's then going to be probably only in communication because you've reached out to them. Lenders aren't necessarily going to reach out to you if you're not working with the buyer. Remember, the buyer is their client. You're not their client. So you want to contact that lender because you want to be the one staying on top of the ball and make sure that the financing is going the way that it needs to be with the buyer that's trying to buy your home. The last thing you need is the inspection appraisal to go good, and then you find out the buyer cannot get finance for the home and you're just sitting there waiting because the buyer was too embarrassed to tell you about it. So you need to stay in touch with that lender, make sure everything is going up to par and staying, as it needs to be with the timeline that you have in the contract. So then another person you're going to deal with, again, these are 4 bullet points. Sorry I didn't touch on that earlier. Another bullet point is your closing attorney. These people will be in touch with you because they're going to try and get your payoff information for your home. Your mortgage company is, so they might have to reach out to them. They're going to ask you a couple things, if you are the owner of the property, how many other heirs or individuals or owners are involved with it. Make sure that you get all the information to them, so then that way they can have a preliminary closing disclosure available to you, which is going to show the amount that you're going to make, as well as making sure that all the information you originally agreed upon in that initial contract is correct. The sales price, any agreed upon closing cost. If you decided to pay another agent who had a buyer, you got to make sure that that commission is what you had agreed upon. All those things you really need to be coordinating with this closing attorney. They're the ones that are going to set that final closing disclosure for you, which you're going to sign at closing. And then last but not least, it's the buyers that are going to be buying your home. So the reason you coordinate with them is there's a couple instances that can happen. One, you essentially have to be out of your home on the day that you close. When you close, it's no longer your home. So you need to be out of your home. That means your contents, everything completely out of your home. Sometimes that doesn't happen because it's a coordination issue. So you're going to have to make sure to update these buyers if you have things left over, or if you're going to come back and pick up things, or if the buyers want to move in early before you can actually close on the home. So there's a number of things that can go on in the end, but you're going to have to coordinate with those buyers to make sure that y'all's timelines align and you're out of the home when you should be, and if you can't, that they agree that you can stay there longer and you have some kind of document stating that they're allowing you to stay there a little bit longer for a specified period of time. So that essentially wraps up our 4 modules. I've completely broken down and dove in deep on every single section. I hope this is extremely useful information. This can be extremely overwhelming at times. I try not to go super in depth with a lot of these things because they are very specific. But if you can sell your home on your own, I encourage you to do so. There's nothing wrong with it. Hopefully these videos help you do it. But if you need the help of an assistance of a real estate agent or an experienced professional, I really know the entire process, and I'm the broker of my company. I have 16 agents under me. So we all know the process forward and backwards, and we're really just here to help you as much as possible and take a lot of those responsibilities responsibilities that you've just placed upon yourself and kind of take that load off your shoulders. So we are very flexible in our commissions, and we're very aggressive in our marketing, and we're damn good at negotiations. So if you do decide to hire an agent, you give for sale by owner a try on your own, and you decide to go ahead and work with a real estate agent, please feel free to reach out to us. We would absolutely love to work with you. All you have to do is click the link below if you'd like to schedule an appointment with us, or call our 1-800 number and you will easily get in touch with one of our agents. So thank you so much for watching this video series. Please comment on any huge takeaways that you've learned from this, and please provide any additional comments on things that you would like to see more of, because I would love to keep providing more and more information to you to help you as much as possible. So thanks again for watching. My name is Ronnie George. I'm the broker of the George Group. You have a good day.